I don't comp everything out. Sometimes I take risks on items, and I hope everyone knows that I'm not saying you should follow my lead and copy what I do. Welcome to Matt's Profit Pursuit. I'm Matt. I'm a part-time reseller who sells on eBay, and I make what sold videos so you see what's selling right now on eBay, and I break down each sale so you see exactly how much is made after fees, cost of goods, shipping, and taxes are taken out. I got 15 orders going out today, but before we get to those, I hope everyone pays attention to the intro. When I say I'm a part-time reseller, that's what it is. This is extra money for me. I am using it right now towards our house because we just bought a new house, so I'm paying an extra $1,000 a month on that from my eBay. But I am able to take risks that other people probably can't because I don't need the money. I don't live off of this money, and I source at the bins, so my buy cost is really low. My average cost is maybe just over $2 now, so probably $2.10 per item. So me taking a risk on an item isn't a real risk. Now let's check out what's sold. And the reason why that popped into my head is because of this item right here. This is a cotton code hoodie. Now, it's not high dollar or anything, but I couldn't find any comps on it, so if I was reselling full-time, if I was a smart reseller, I would have just thrown it back because there's no guarantee it would sell. But it looked cool enough. It's got like the faded look. I don't think it's vintage, but it kind of just had that feel. So that's why I picked it up. I figured somebody would eventually want it because I thought it was kind of cool. I figured someone else might think it's cool. But if you look at the listing, I didn't use cotton code as the first word to try to draw people in. I used the style, which was faded hoodie. So sun faded baggy hoodie was the first words I used in the title because I wanted that to draw the people in. I paid $2.25 for this, and it sold for $15 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $25.73, and after fees and shipping, I get $12.47. Kind of a similar situation with this. This is a Tukey art hoodie. There were items like this that have sold, just not a hoodie. So I had a little bit more to base my decision on, but again, sometimes I just buy things that I think are cool and I want to sell them, and that'll trump any rule I have in line of I need to sell an item for this much or only pay this much. If I want to do it, I'll do it. I paid $2.15 for this hoodie, and it sold for $16 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $25.48, and after fees and shipping, I get $12.95. And this just has that Y2K kind of vibe to me. This is a vintage Lee Sport Yankees sweatshirt. I got this from Chris Flip the World on one of his Whatnot shows. For the items I got on that Whatnot, the average price was $7.61, and I sold this sweatshirt for $32.50 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $43.19, and after fees and shipping, I get $26.97. So for this Whatnot stream that Flip the World was doing, they were doing one of their Rag House bundles or whatever they call it. But they had lots of cool items. So I bought 6 items for a total of $45.66. So that's an average price with shipping and everything included of $7.61 per item. But I made $26.97 off this one item, so that puts me at a negative $18.69 selling one of the 6 items. Pair of Levi 541, size 34 by 32. Well, I think these may have been mine. I went through, got rid of a bunch of my old pants. I paid $2.50 for these, and they sold for $15 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $24.45. And after fees and shipping, I get $12.63. Columbia Sportswear is in abundance at the bins I go to. I go to the bins in Portland, Oregon. This is a Portland, Oregon company. It doesn't sell for high dollar, but they usually sell. This is just a hooded vest. I paid $1.20 for this vest, and it sold for $8 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $15.17, and after fees and shipping, I get $6.11. And I sold this SRH hat. Look for this logo. I thought it was skin, like that kind of like tattoo clothing type logo. But it's actually SRH. It says it right there. Some of the stuff sells pretty good. I paid 30 cents for this hat and it sold for $14.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $21.76, and after fees and shipping, I get $11.07. Now this shirt almost went in the trash, and it's not because Garth Brooks is a serial killer, which he is. Look it up on the internet. Stop real quick. Go to Google Garth Brooks serial killer, and you'll see it's true because it's on the internet. But I just had this for so long. It's a 2014-2015 World Tour shirt. And honestly, I thought I paid like $1 for it, but I still have the price tag on it. I paid $4.99, and I only sold it for $5, so I did not make any money on this. This may have been half off when I bought it, but more than likely it wasn't. It sold for $5 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $11.48, and after fees and shipping, I get $4.74, so I almost made my money back. So in my SKU system, if I have an item for a while, I'll mark it down as yellow, and the next time I go to delist and relist it, I will mark it down as red, and then the next time if I go through and relist something and it says red, I don't relist it, I just redonate it or throw it away. Again, another item I think is cool is graphic tees. Sometimes I'll just buy a basic graphic tee that I can sell for even $8 and up. I probably wouldn't go anything less than $8, so I list them around 12, hoping to get 10. And this was one of those. It's a modern System of a Down Mesmerize t-shirt. I paid 87 cents for this shirt and it sold for $12 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $18.24, and after fees and shipping, I get $8.83. Sold this pair of North Face hiking shorts. So it's out of season, but they still sold. I paid 65 cents for these and they sold for $10.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $18.06, and after fees and shipping, I get $9.87. Another cool graphic tee, First Form. This is a pretty good supplement company that a lot of people like. So again, not high dollar, but it'll sell pretty quick. I had this listed for I think 3 days and it sold. I paid 50 cents for this shirt and it sold for $10 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $16.43, and after fees and shipping, I get $9.12. A pair of Levi 502s, 30 by 30. These definitely weren't mine because I probably haven't been a 30-inch waist since I was in middle school. I paid $2 for these and they sold for $19.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $30.33, and after fees and shipping, I get $14.31. This vintage Wrangler shirt sold, and this was from the Flip the World mystery box. That other sweatshirt, I actually went on one of their whatnots and was just buying stuff, but this is from the mystery box. I have the mystery box unboxing video if you're interested to see all that was in there. The average buy cost on the items in that mystery box was $5.40. This shirt sold for $39.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $50.80, and after fees and shipping, I get $29.31. And I paid $65.20 for the whole mystery box. I sold one item and made a profit of $16.08, so that puts me in the hole for that box, $49.12. And now with this item, which I made $29.31 from, that puts me at negative $19.81. So I'm getting close to profit, and I sold 2 out of the 12 items so far. Before I show this next item, shout out to Dragon Master Finds. If you're watching this, I skewed the camera so you can see my TMNT poster. And he's got some really good POV thrifting videos. You should go check him out and let him know I sent you. So the next item is this G.I. Joe part of a plane thing or something. I don't remember what it is. I'll explain it here in a minute. So this is a 1983 Cobra Claw glider. I paid 13 cents for it and it sold for $14.99 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $22.61, and after fees and shipping, I get $11.53. Sold this rolling mitt. These I just ship in padded flat rate envelopes. So this is a Rawlings model XFCB17 left hand throw. I paid $2.10 and it sold for $20 plus shipping. The buyer is all in at $30.60, and after fees and shipping, I get $16.62. And then this pair of Doc Martens. They are not the most desirable model, but they are kind of a combat style. But they are not made in England, they are made in China. They got some wear. I paid $2.86 for these boots, and they sold for $28.50 plus shipping. The buyer's all in at $44.71, and after fees and shipping, I get $18.55. I just want everyone to know that. I hope I've made that clear, that I am just showing my process and what I'm doing. I'm not saying you should copy what I do by any means. I will answer questions if anyone asks, and I will share my process. I do think you can make a full-time living like this, selling the items I do. Obviously, the quantity of items would be more. I just do it part-time because I do enjoy reselling, and it's a hobby I can do from my house, so I'm not away from my family while I do it. Now let's break down these sales. So for those items, including what the buyers paid for shipping, I have a total sales of $372.45. After fees and shipping, I'm left with $205.08, minus the cost of goods, which was $35.52. Then I have $169.56. Put aside 25% for taxes. It's more than I need, but I want to make sure I cover it, which is $42.39. And that gives me $127.17. Invest 20% back into the business, which is $25.42, and that gives me $101.75 in my pocket. Now I will stay with my belief that I spend 15 minutes per item. I source 40 to 50, sometimes 60 items in 2 hours, 2.5 hours at the bins. So that's, I don't know, 4 minutes per item that I source. It takes a minute to take photos, 5 minutes to list, 5 minutes to ship. But let's say it takes 20 minutes. Let's do both breakdowns. So I honestly believe it takes about 15 minutes per item. So if it was 15 minutes per item, that would be 3 hours and 45 minutes. Let's call it 4 hours. And that gives me an hourly rate of $25.43 after the fees, after taxes, and after investing back into the business. But if it takes 5 hours, which is 20 minutes per item, that's $20.35 per hour. Either way, I'm good with that. Thanks again for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Catch you on the next one. God bless. Peace.